How often you have no clue what to do in the round? Brain X has stopped working. Say no more after watching this video, because I will teach you exactly what to do in a specific part of the round that you will be able to apply on the all maps. We will also go through the in-game examples so you can follow my thoughts easier. As an attacker, during the preparation phase, your mentality should be how to use these 45 seconds usefully. You want to use these 45 seconds in a way to clear out as much area as possible. Having a drone where you will spawn is the worst way of using a preparation phase drones, but not necessarily bad, as if your teammates have covered important areas with a drone, then you might as well as put it in a super safe position. Let's go to an example of border. Having just two preparation phase drones, one inside of the CCTV and the other one in the office, will clear out the majority of the second floor's map. This means that the preparation phase is done, you have the immediate access to these rooms, Office Fontaine and the CCTV, and we all know that these rooms are extremely important. It is very important to have someone immediately to be on these drones when action phase starts, till your entries get into these rooms. On the contrary, as a defender during the preparation phase, aside from putting your utility, you need to have the mentality to find the preparation phase drones. Not seeing a drone inside of the coastline spin bar like behind the stable or on the top of the bar can give you two things. You're blind, or attackers won't be doing a push from the pink or office. Take this with a grain of salt in the lower ranks, where people do not understand the power of the preparation phase drones. In higher MMR, especially the scrims, this can be considered as a rule. If you manage to destroy 2 or more drones, then defenders are considered as the winners of the preparation phase. Adding to that, in the latest video I have put 2 clips where a pro player opened up the VIP's balcony door just to hunt a drone on the balcony. But let's take a look on the Oregon's tower clip, opening up their rotation just to try to find a drone inside of tower, which he won't be able to find.
So 5, Empire win this next round, we have a 7-1. The last map was a 7-2, the previous one was a 7-3. So it is just narrowing, but I want to...
And look how he will reinforce the rotation. That is the preparation phase mentality. Now, assuming that action phase started and you're an attacker, usually you want to have at least a full minute to enable yourself for the execution. But during the first minute it is important to establish the map control that you had been given for free, when attacking stairs and kitchen on coast. Usually, Hookah, Pool, Aqua, and Z are given for free. So having an attacker by the Z and by the top phase is a must after the first minute. On the other hand, as a defender, try to even deny these free areas for a slight bit, for a very short period of time, because if you spend there too much of your time, you most likely won't be able to retreat back. The reason why coastline was a good example of free area is that because an attacker on the roof can deny all the defender's roads back to the objective, if you're playing around the pool side. Sure, you can drop the Aqua or the Hookah hatch, but there's also a big possibility that an attacker may be waiting for you to do that. Like if you have opened that hatch, the hatch is open for a reason, so most likely they will have a claymore for you waiting down there. Or someone having a gun pointing at you. But playing around the bar and the main stairs on the clubhouse when defending basement can be done for a bit of time, because you will be able to shoot at least 2 if not 3 drones. As an attacker, and back to the coastline example, after getting the free area control, you want to spend your next minute to clear out the defender either by the 90 or the theater, or both, if they have a deployable shield, reinforcements or even mirror windows. A full minute should be enough, whereas if they have just 2 or 3 people around these areas, you should have easy time pinching them out. An example will be an attacker is by the big window of the penthouse, one more attacker is outside watching lobby, and it's stairs. He is allowing the Z guy to push theater from the back side, whereas you had 2 more people pushing from the VIP and the 90 side. The penthouse rappel guy, or the one that watches lobby, could be droning or on the drones in the meantime. Flank drones, for example, in the lobby will allow the lobby guy to switch from actively droning to watch the lobby stairs in no time, doing 2 jobs at the same time. In this minute, you will have to use the most of your utility. Clearing out the defender's utility, like if you're pushing games and Navi on the villa from the bedroom side, the free area will be most likely everything towards the trophy and statuary, and the contesting part will be red stairs, aviator deployable shield, and the 90. Defender's mentality. After playing in 3 areas for a small bit of time, it is now to contest as much as possible the hot areas. And on Oregon, with defending kids and dorms, that will be ethic push as well as the games push. Losing ethic control will grant the takers the round nearly immediately, as without that, in the control, you cannot play in the kids, nor you can deny this default plant, unless vertically with the C-Force, or smoke glitching. It's fine to play till the death for these spots, as if the takers did not bring enough utility, defenders are in a huge advantage, as the takers will be pushing through 1 or 2 possible ways and will be continuously on a preferable spot. Like the ethic example, they need to waste an ADS and possibly 2 to 3 magnets to get rid of the Banshee that is located just above this destroyed hatch. Then another ADS or magnet will cover up this Gauthier smoke shield. Defender's mentality is here not to allow attackers to have a lot of time for the execute. On the coastline example, that was the 90 and the theater hold, and on the villa it was the red stairs hold with the aviator shield and the 90 hold. Now we are entering in the execute phase for the attackers, the last minute. The mindset behind this phase is to allow your team to start the plant. Neither of the mentality so far was to get the kills. Kills are just there if defenders are heavily contesting it. Similarly to the last phase, you want to enable your team to have a safe plant. And for example, when doing the cooking and series push, the last minute will be to make vertical holes onto the freezer, cold, and hot. And to have someone from the team watching the red hole, as in the last 15 seconds you can start to plant by the hot, with the help of a smoke grenade. No one can contest you from the cooking due to the vertical angles, and no one can come from the red due to the T person. The free area in the cafe situation was the whole second and the third floor. The hot areas were to get the control of the VIP, restaurant, tea and the closet. It is important to note how you shouldn't take free areas as literally free. Use preparation phase drones to determine if the areas are clear or not. You can put every drone by each staircases and see how many defenders went up and how many of them returned back. Someone will most likely reinforce the freezer hatch, so it is important to see if they will come back or not. Situationally, sometimes you'll be able to do 2 things at once, but it is better off to put the focus on one thing at a time, especially for the newer teams. And finally, as a defender, in the last minute, it's time to contest the attackers that want to have a safe way to plant. That is usually done by either contesting the vertical holes as a defender with the C-Force, shotguns, contesting them to get the power positions such as rappelling on the east balcony of Cafe, when defending Cocktail, or sometimes you start to double flanking for a reject options like on the console when defending Cafe and Garage. Letting them clear you out for free from the top is deciding to lose the round. It is important to realize how I have never mentioned in any of the attack or defense to kill. Defending is just reverse of attacking. You want to deny or stall the attackers as much as possible, leaving them with minimum to non-utility for the execution part, which you will put them at a disadvantageous position. If you want to see quick and precise text and picture map guides, head on to my subreddit. Thank you for watching this video and staying with me for this long, and thanks all the patrons and YouTube members for making this video available. If you want to learn all the basics and advanced things about the Siege, make sure to give me a like, subscribe and click notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to give me feedback down in the comment section below.